When you have to manage strategists, here are 3 things that I did that made the biggest difference. They were constant contact, education, and goal setting. Managing strategists is unique, and there is a real lack of training around management. It's rare for strategists to work together, whereas other disciplines like account management, you are often seeing your boss in action every single day. Strategy is a new discipline too. There is no one way to do it, and we lack formal education. The variance in how strategy is applied from agency to agency means that it's tough for strategists to know if they're doing it the right way for that company. I tried a number of things that failed, but here are the things that made the biggest difference. Strategists are lone wolves, working on their own account and not interacting with many other strategists. So it's important that you make them feel supported and that they're part of a bigger team. The 2 things that you should set up as a manager are weekly department meetings and one-on-ones. With the weekly meetings, try and make this before the workday starts so that everyone can make that meeting with no meeting clashes. The importance in this meeting is that strategists share their knowledge of what is working for them. If you have a team, you want to make sure that everyone is benefiting from the learnings any strategist makes on an account. The second thing to do is set weekly one-on-ones. This will ensure that you always have a temperature check on your strategist and that they have someone they feel like they can talk to, even if it's just to vent about their situation. In terms of these meetings, try and set them for the afternoon. As Ryan Holiday says, make first and then manage. Use your fresh brain for strategy thinking and then manage in the afternoon. In terms of one-on-ones, just make sure that you don't have to go over 8 direct reports. Once you are over 8, that is going to be half a day each week, which is too much time away from working. At that point, you want to delegate the one-on-ones to your second in charge. Thirdly, the age-old question of sitting together versus sitting with your client teams always comes up. I have a very clear stance on this, that you should always be sitting together as a strategy team. This is how friendships and bonds are formed. It's also a great chance for junior strategists to learn from seniors as they overhear from speaking and see how decks are getting created. Chances are you were never formally taught how to do strategy. You probably remember how difficult this was to pick it up on the job and felt some imposter syndrome when you were doing it. Well, now is the chance to not have history repeat itself. It's important that you spend time teaching the theory of how strategy is created. There are 2 options here. You can allocate time every week so that you are teaching the theory of creating a strategy on a page, how to do research, how to write a creative brief. In these sessions, you want to make sure it's hands-on with examples and then checking afterwards to see if they are implementing it into their work. The other way is if you don't have time to prepare those lessons each week, then something like the Planning Dirty Academy can be great for you because those lessons can already be prepared and then you can just present them to the team. Alternatively, you can buy a pass for that strategist and that is somewhere they can refer back to so they can continue to learn. The final important part of managing is setting clear expectations. Everyone wants to know where the goalposts are and how they can get promoted. Too often, bosses make it ambiguous. I always used a very simple formula, the 3 P's for promotion: participation, performance, and peers. Performance was all on their work. Had their actual output improved and increased? Were they able to show that they were able to do more with their time? It also stood for the actual performance. Could you see their fingerprints on the work? Peers. Strategy is 50% the craft and 50% the people. You need to be able to get along with the team to be successful in strategy. It is all about navigating your strategy through people. So I'd talk to the people they worked with every day to get a read on how they were doing. It also makes it easier to ask for a promotion to senior leadership if you have more than one voice asking for it. Then finally, participation. This is all around what are they doing to make the other strategists in the department better. This was always something that was specific to my team, but I always thought it was important. You need to be sharing your knowledge with the rest of the team, because especially for big agencies, this was your advantage. The collective knowledge is what will set you apart. I would want to see examples where they've shared their expertise or experience with other team members, whether that is in one-on-ones or in a weekly meeting. Constant contact, education, and goals are three themes that really helped me to manage strategists successfully. It helped to overcome a lot of unique barriers that strategists have, of working by themselves and not having a consistent approach on how to do strategy.